Hello everybody, my name is Nathan and welcome to the first video on this channel actually. This is not my first YouTube video ever, but I just wanted to make a new channel about politics specifically because I'm very invested in politics, and my current channel is just posting about games and stuff and I don't get very many views, and yeah, I'm really interested. But what made me want to specifically make a channel was just because I noticed there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and instead of just being a keyboard warrior in the comments, I figured why not get in front of the camera and actually put my opinions out there, and yeah, you know, contribute to the discussion about our politics. And I figured a great way to start would be with Luke Beasley's recent Jubilee appearance, because I felt like there were it was a decent mix of like not just lunatics, but there were a couple people in there that tried to like at least argue from standpoints of reason and logic, as wrong as they were. But more specifically though, I did want to start with this crazy ass lady and kind of highlight the issue that MAGA has in general, which is just the extreme narcissistic complex. And you can call them all stupid, you can call them all selfish or whatever, but it comes down to the narcissistic complex of when you are proven wrong, you will not admit it, you will never admit it, and if you are wrong, it's because of somebody else. Somebody else is doing something to cause you to be wrong, and it's not your fault, and you would be right without that other person. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and play the video real quick, and just so I can talk about what I want to talk about.
Okay, so I want you to really think about what you're saying here. He's had 2 assassination attempts because of rhetoric that you're giving right now.
I disagree.
Charlie Kirk is dead because of rhetoric that you are stating right now. Don't you think?
So, Charlie Kirk is not dead because of other people's rhetoric. Charlie Kirk is dead because of his own rhetoric. And, you know, while I think that the celebration of death of a public figure is never okay, and you know, you can make a dark humor jokes or what you want. I don't think you should be necessarily canceled for it, but I don't think it's a good thing to do, and especially not celebrating it. But he died because somebody didn't like what he was saying. Someone felt that what he was saying was bad enough that he deserved to get shot, and so that person shot him. Nobody called for this, what's his name, Tyler something? No one called for that guy to go shoot him. Nobody's saying, let's kill Charlie Kirk, we need to do it. Like, maybe some very, very far left-leaning people are spewing that on TikTok and stuff, but for the most part, I never felt that. Most of the people that I knew that don't like Charlie Kirk never felt that way. But yeah, there's no evidence for this claim. This is just basically saying, if you're criticizing somebody I don't like, then it's your fault if anything bad happens to them.
It's time to take down the rhetoric.
Yeah, I think absolutely. And I actually make an effort to lower the rhetoric, but me identifying someone's ideology and saying through peaceful means we should push back against someone's authoritarianism is exactly in line with peaceful principles. What happened to Charlie Kirk is an abandonment of all of the principles I hold dear. That was horrific. And so the way that we push back against authoritarianism, like for example, if we're saying political violence is wrong, and that's what I believe, and that's why I am horrified by what happened to Charlie Kirk, then is it not anti-democratic, not in the interest of a peaceful approach to a democratic process for Trump to pardon January 6ers?
Well, no, because a lot of
yeah, you can tell this lady, like every time the camera cuts and this lady is in the background, she is making that same confused face every single time. While this foreign guy back here, well, I don't know if he sounds foreign. He doesn't have an English accent. He was talking about tariffs being so good, and in like the 1913s or like 1910s, tariffs were the only way our country was making money, and everything was so great. And then the Great Depression hit right after that. And this lady the whole time, let me see if I can find it. It's like while this guy is talking. Yeah, well, I'm not going to go back in the video, but this lady, dude, I don't know what it is with these people. She's like just completely lost.
Not all.
No, specifically think about people who
Not all.
assaulted.
I have a friend.
No, I don't want to hear about your friend. I'm talking about specifically violent offenders.
Well, I'm talking.
Daniel Rodriguez stun-gunned an officer. He had a heart
you guys
attack.
talk.
I'm asking, is it correct that there were people who assaulted?
And they're just gonna shake their head like, okay, we have videos and actual evidence and injuries of people that got attacked on January 6th in the Capitol building. No, that's just a Democrat hoax.
Police officers violently who got pardons, and are you okay with that?
Yes, because their due process was violated when people.
It wasn't. They had their trial.
No, they didn't.
had their whole due process.
People were-
Unlike the people that Trump is without
Again,
his.
Now I'm doing the lady face. Their due process was violated? How? That what? They didn't. They didn't get lawyers. They didn't get told their rights. They just got thrown into jail. I'm pretty sure in order to pardon somebody, there has to be an actual crime filed against them. Like if someone's due process is being violated, that wouldn't necessarily be a pardon. That would be a violation of someone's rights. That wouldn't need a pardon. That would just need somebody with some kind of power to see that that's happening, and they would step in.
Are you going to let me speak?
I just
or
don't
are you
appreciate
just gonna
if you're going
talk
to
over me?
avoid.
Let
I don't
me
feel
answer you.
Well, I actually believe that we should not be violent. It sounds like you're
don't
okay
think
with
that-
some people who were violent.
No, I'm not.
Which scares me. I think
believe
that's
in
not
the
lowering the
Constitution
temperature.
of the United States, which says that you
We should
have
have
the
peaceful
right
transfer
to.
of power,
I
which
believe
Trump
that
tried
you
to
have a
overturn.
right to a quick and speedy trial. I believe when you weren't a nonviolent
People-
offender,
we're
you
not talking about them yet. We can get to that
yes,
if you'd
we
like
are. We're
to.
talking
You're
about
trying
it
to
as
avoid
a
the
whole.
question I brought up.
No, you're just
which is we
trying to
brought up
talk over
violence.
me to
No,
be right.
No, you brought up
because
violence.
You want
You brought up
clickbait.
violence specifically.
No. Okay,
And
so
Because you want what? You want click boy? What did she say?
Because
trying
we
to
brought up
talk
violence.
over me to
No,
be right.
No, you brought up
because
violence.
You want
You brought up
clickbait.
violence specifically.
Because you want click boy? Click. I don't think that says clickbait. What the?
No. Okay,
And
so
I'm saying,
Ashley Babbitt, let me ask
I
you,
would
Ashley
never- I
Babbitt
would-
is dead. Do you think a 5'1",
Wait,
100-pound girl?
I would love to get to Ashley Babbitt next and discuss that case. But you
You're
haven't
not letting me
addressed.
answer your question.
Well, because
so
you're
we're
not even
getting
trying to
there.
answer my question.
Yes, I am. Because
I'm
every
saying
time I
specifically.
start, people were thrown in jail for 4 years without
Trump,
a trial.
unlike-
Brady material
4
was
years.
withheld
You see what-
in their
Okay.
trials.
It sounds like
So
you aren't willing to acknowledge.
it
would be
sounds
an
like you're
hours
not
long,
willing to
hours-long
acknowledge that
conversation.
people were
It would be an hour.
See, now people like this that are this old and behave in this way, there's no hope for them. There is no hope for them. They've chosen the hill they're going to die on. They've latched on to President Trump's nuts, and it's just, it's really sad to see because it doesn't matter if it's somebody that's going to go up there and make them look stupid and insult them, or if, in Luke's case, somebody who's genuinely looking for a productive conversation and trying to change the opinions of people without, with literally trying to step on glass while trying not to be as rude as he can. But there's just no hope for them. Like, he will walk them from A to Z. Okay, so you think rhetoric resulting in violence is wrong. You think that, what happened at Charlie Kirk, the BLM protests or whatever, that's wrong. But January 6th, no, that's fine because their due process was being violated, even though they literally committed a crime. Several people, every single person that entered that building broke and entered. They weren't opening the doors for people. The video literally clearly shows a window being broken.
Long
fairly
conversation
mistreated.
if we want to get to each individual case.
And for
I'm
you to
saying
say, let's get
Trump
back to the
specifically
prompt.
pardoned. Yeah, the prompt is Trump is authoritarian threat to democracy.
Okay, so Joe
One of
Biden
the things-
pardoned murderers.
That's Joe Biden. I'm
You were
talking
okay
about,
with that?
He did. He
You were
removed-
okay with that?
wait,
Was
wait,
he-
I'd love to-
Yeah, and just the roundabouts. It's the butt Biden fallacy. The butt Biden fallacy. Basically every single answer is but Biden this, but Biden that, but Biden that. Yeah, if you want to make your own argument against Biden for that, then that's fine. I'll hear you out and I'll listen and perhaps even change my opinions. Which I already knew that, I think presidential pardons are stupid. I think we should be able to vote pardon people. Like, if a president wants to present a pardon, then I think it should be the same manner that a proposition is done. Like, members in Congress or elected representatives vote in order to think what should be done. It shouldn't just be that, because that's authoritarian power. Authoritarian power is being allowed to just make decisions based on what you think and not what the country thinks.
He removed people off death row, which is different.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, she was fuming. She was fuming. Yeah, you know, I don't really understand. I don't really know what he expects to happen when he has like a 20 boomer Trump supporters versus one Gen Zer. And I get that it's Jubilee setting this stuff up, but I just mean these people are just so far gone. Like, it is insane. You can't have a productive conversation. You can't. Anytime you bring up some kind of statistic, piece of evidence, anytime you say something that happened, it didn't happen. Every event is just under scrutiny now, because, or not even under scrutiny. It's just not true. It's just blatantly not true because Trump didn't say it.
My next claim is Trump supporters are not patriotic. No, she's back.
Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Let's not talk over.
Wow,
you.
I skipped to the next prompt, and this lady is the first one up again.
To listen to me.
All
Deal?
right. Deal. Maybe.
Okay. So you say that Trump supporters are not patriotic.
Yeah.
You're 23 years old. Did you ever consider joining the military?
No, both my brothers do, but I agree. There are people who do very patriotic things, but the ideology itself, maybe better said, is not a patriotic ideology.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, it's actually what we've been talking about a lot, which is that I think undermining our democratic or our republic values, I think that attacking our democratic institutions, attacking free speech, none of that's patriotic. I think covering up the Epstein files is not patriotic.
Okay, so let's go there. You brought up
Look
the
at these
Epstein
eyes,
files.
dude. These eyes, man. You can tell when people are in a debate and they get these
I think
eyes.
covering up
Like,
the Epstein files is not patriotic.
oh, the Epstein files.
Okay, so let's go.
Like this face right here. It's kind of scary. Like, it's funny, but it's scary.
Go
Like,
there. You brought up the Epstein files. Who's Les Wexner?
Tell me.
Well, it seems that I've been looking into the Epstein files for about 7 years. You were probably about 14 years old. Yet you guys don't know anything about the case.
I have no interest in connecting it to anybody. I'm saying
Only Trump.
that no, Trump's the president, and Trump is currently being asked by even people like Marjorie Taylor Greene to be transparent, release everything. Let's both say nothing's bad about that.
No, I've been
in
trying
Trump.
to get them released for 7 years.
Well, credit to you. So then,
Yes.
do you agree that to me it's not American patriotism for him to push back against that for so long?
Well, I think the thing is
Yeah.
he knew that the Democrats were going to try to turn this and make it about him.
Wait,
And I
release
can
it, then
tell
they
you
can't,
that
right?
what- You
like this logic is just it's some crazy mental gymnastics. Like, she genuinely believes that Trump did not release the Epstein files because he knew that the Democrats were going to spin it into some kind of case against him. And yeah, like this, and once again, this lady is just, what are they talking about? Like, every single time, this lady is just so fucking lost. And it's just, they don't even know what they're talking about. They're just using some crazy mental gymnastics. Like, it's just, let's just look at what's probably happening, and then we'll compare that to the theories and the spitballs or whatever. But when you give like these weird conspiracy theories that have no evidence the same weight as what probably happened or the most likely explanation, that is just a recipe for disaster. That's exactly why these people act the way they do, is because somewhere along the lines they started getting the same level of recognition or support as people that would actually investigate things and other legitimate whistleblowers too. But it's just all nonsense, and you could pretty much say and make up whatever you want. And if a Democrat says it's wrong, then you know it's right.
said you'd let me talk. So let's do this. The
Okay.
defense attorney
10
of
seconds.
Virginia Giuffre, who basically said that Donald Trump was the only one that helped with the case.
Okay.
Suddenly,
so,
you guys
great.
want to use it
No,
as
no,
a
no.
talking point.
You don't know anything out. You made your point. Now let me make mine.
Okay,
Let's assume everything you're saying is absolutely correct.
it is.
Great. why won't he release them? Then it
He
silences
actually is trying
Democrats.
to. An Obama judge has blocked a lot of the files.
No. See,
That is
do you
totally
know about
true.
the case?
Yeah,
That's
I do.
the grand
I
jury
100%
documents.
do.
Nothing is new in the grand jury documents.
And look right here, fact check. She's getting fact checked right here. Judges appointed by Barack Obama and Bill Clinton denied the Department of Justice request to release the grand jury testimony from the Epstein case. They said it doesn't contain the new or relevant information that the Department of Justice claimed it did. So you can look at this however you want. You could say, okay, then yeah, you know, it would have been a waste of time and resources, and it doesn't contain new or relevant information. That's fine. But to say that they completely blocked the investigation, they voted to block the Epstein files when it's the grand jury testimony from the case,
agree that there is definitely
because it's information that's already been
that were
known.
very powerful in institutions
Yep.
that did not want to be exposed, that did very evil thing with children. Now, the thing is a lot of this evidence, and I hate to say it, is destroyed. I hate to say it. There were cameras and film and
We're on the
videos
same
in
page.
every single one of these rooms.
We're on the same page.
Can we agree?
It's a little weird.
No, it's not.
A little sussy.
No, it's not.
That he's calling
no, it's
up.
Not.
He's calling up. The White House is calling up Republicans and saying this is a hostile act if you sign on to the discharge petition.
No, it's not.
to get
He
it
said
released.
release everything.
Out loud, but then he's calling people saying it's Marjorie Green.
you have
think
proof of that
Marjorie
he's-
Green is lying about Trump?
I haven't seen him say that.
Okay.
I've not.
Of course you haven't seen him say that because he didn't fucking record it. Like, it is so crazy. You know, I'm just going to be repeating myself the whole time. When the Democrats do it, everything's in the shadows. It's some secret cabal, you know. They're evil. They're the evil Democrats plotting against the country. When Republicans do it, I didn't hear it, so it didn't happen. Didn't see it, didn't happen. You know, they're just the most transparent people. And, you know, and what I'm for is not calling it party by party. I am for finding the corrupt people and getting their asses out, no matter whose side they're on. Because anybody can have a facade. Anybody can, you know, show themselves to the public in a certain light to do nefarious things out of public view. Anybody can do that. And I think it's important that we blow the whistle on either side when that happens. But the idea that it's like, I can't trust you because you're a Democrat and you can't trust me because I'm a Republican is just fucking stupid. And it's pretty much the reason why we're in this position is because like the most uneducated, gullible, and narcissistic people latch on to the Trump ideologies because they make them feel the best. Like we could split United States into Democrats and then Republicans, West and East Coast, you know, or however we wanted to divide it. And in Republican land, Trump could turn the whole thing into a barren desert with nothing left. He would have his pockets lined. He'd be ready to get the hell out of there. And these Republicans, these MAGA people, would still go over and then say that Democrats took it. Like, what, we just took all your shit and don't have it? Like, we're in control of everything, but we can't control anything. It's just, it makes no sense.
Seen discharge papers, so I can't speak
Well,
to
that's
that.
what's being debated
But
right
what
now.
I can say that I will agree with you on, I don't like that he's calling it a hoax.
Cool.
I will agree with you on that. Now, with
Well, there you go. And that's what got her voted out. That's step one. Step one was admitting some kind of base level like fault or something that she dislikes, and there you go. Trump called it a hoax, and she didn't like that, and she got fucking voted out.
Pause.
I like that shirt.
Look,
Hey,
So the prompt is Kamala Harris would have been a much better president.
thank you.
you're what's your name?
David.
David.
Yeah. Luke, as probably the oldest baby boomer here,
Nice.
I want to apologize for what we've left you.
Okay.
Because being here from California, being in the military during the Vietnam War and coming back, and we really saw free speech being used to call us baby killers and napalm droppers, and so many veterans came home, ended up committing suicide or still committing suicide. And yet California is one of the freest states in the country. And, I'm 77. So when you're 33, I'll be, 87? And so I'm really excited because the knowledge that you have, the charisma that you have, the wit, when you start aligning that with personal experiences, and that you'll be able to see not the differences, but unfortunately the similarities with all parties. I mean, here we are in California, a single party rule state. There's a reason that Kamala Harris,
That was a new one.
yeah, that she
Kamala, wow.
that she dropped out of the race when she first ran for president because the Democrats in California did not want her. And so all of the criticism, all of the racial slurs against me as being a Hispanic have come from
Now, I disagree with this. I think a lot of Democrats did want Kamala Harris as the president. I don't think they were her first pick, but I don't think that an absurd amount of people were just like, oh, this is ridiculous that this woman, Kamala Harris, is going to run for president.
individuals calling me a coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside, a bandito, a sellout, because I'm a Republican.
Okay.
And so raising my kids here and my daughter who was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at 22 and has been in the Medicare system since then, had her hips replaced twice, her knees replaced twice. She's sitting at home with no knee right now. And
That's an awesome anecdote, but I haven't heard this guy say anything about why Kamala Harris wouldn't have been a better president besides just saying California Democrats didn't want her to be president.
She voted for Barack Obama for president. She was proud to do it. When he was elected, she lost her doctor. And so I hear a lot of talk about healthcare. My focus is on
correlation doesn't equal causation. Why did she lose her health care? Was it because of something Obama did? People lose their health care every day. Like, hundreds of people lose their health care every day. Millions over the course of years, you know? Like, it's unfortunate. And I just wish that people that explain those stories and have these anecdotes would actually explain, like, what that has to do with it. Like, what does Obama becoming president have to do with her losing her health care? You got to be specific.
treatment. I was helping a young man who was dying of AIDS. He was diagnosed with AIDS when he was 60 days clean. And I was taking him to APLA, to all the neighborhood community clinics. And this is the reason I got involved in politics, is because the neighborhood clinic that the AIDS patients were going to, they closed it because they had lack of funding. The county did that. That same week, the county gave $3 million to Disney for the concert hall downtown. Now, it's a great building, but there's many reasons that people get involved, regardless of party, in politics. And so that's why I'm saying that I'm really excited.
Well, the way it works too for funding, it's sad. It's very uniform, and so budgets are usually set. At least for like general fund, like, because I know it's like this for the schools. Like the middle school I went to, our bathrooms were disgusting. Our gym was falling apart. Our lunch tables, were broken and stuff. But we ended up getting brand new touchscreen, like whiteboard things. I think they're called like Promethean boards. There were these giant whiteboards that were screens, and it was like a giant phone that you could use at the front of the classroom to draw on it and open apps and stuff like that. But I remember asking one of the teachers why we had that. And they explained to me how we got our funding for the school. And it was that, like, for each category has its own allocation of funds. So we've got, like, renovations, then we've got tech funding, then we've got food, and then we've got, school programs and things like that. And it's all, if we have extra money for tech, which is what ended up happening, we're not allowed to put that money to something else. So we're not allowed to, maybe instead of buying a bunch of new touchscreen computers, maybe buy some new toilets or sinks in the bathroom, or a new, divider in the thing. Maybe buy a couple new lunch tables, maybe re-wax the floor in the gym or something, get a new backboard. Instead of things like that, they have to spend it on tech. And it's just one of those things that you have to have those rules, because if you don't, then that's when people start abusing it. If you don't have those set budgets for certain categories, and people can say, oh, we need some money over here and some money over here and then some money over here, and all of a sudden in between the, this funding, $1,000 is missing, $2,000 is missing. And this actually does happen in certain cases. There was this lady that worked at our school district, and when I was in middle school, we did a basketball fundraiser. It was called a layup-a-thon, where basically you would go around and get family members, people from businesses, business owners and whatnot, to say that they were going to donate you a certain amount of money per layup that you made over a course of like 50 layups. And so basically it was just a way for our team to fundraise in kind of a fun way. We'd go around in a loop just doing layup after layup, and if you made 50 out of 50 and somebody said that they were going to give you $2 a layup, they'd have to pay $100 total. Every time that we would send the money to the district lady to count it and to give us the order for the jerseys and the basketballs and all that stuff, $150 would go missing every time. And there were, for the boys team and for the girls team, every year, the same lady every single time. And nobody ever had any evidence of anything, but it was basically every time the money got to that lady, it's $100 short. Oh, the count's $100 off. Don't know why. Oops, sorry. And but it just shows that kind of stuff does happen. It absolutely happens. And so when they run out of money for healthcare or run out of money for publicly funded things like food stamps, just anything that requires government funds, it's very hard to. It's not actually not. I'll retract that statement. It's not necessarily hard. It's a lengthy process to reallocate those extra funds into the budget of like other categories.
About you, because you're going to start.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
He left early.
Hey, James.
All right, what's the client?
Kamala Harris would be a better president than Donald Trump. Please try to stay to the topic.
All right, I'll give
Yeah.
you 12 million plus reasons.
Okay.
She was supposed to have been the border czar, right? What is that? What
She
is
actually wasn't technically that, but I get she was trying to work on the root
what,
causes.
what was she supposed to do as the border czar? Don't you think she should have gone to the border?
Yeah, and actually it was pretty interesting. There was a big mess up. I agree. I actually have
Well, what do you
critiques.
mean
Wait,
mess up?
I have critiques of the Biden administration's border policy on some fronts, but if you notice, there was a huge drop as the last year of their presidency because
The last
it
year,
started
because
to
she
be-
was trying to get
and
elected.
Kamala Harris had a much more rigid approach to the
Do
border.
you know how many people have
which
to
she
come
was
through the
running on.
border
But-
every day in
but-
4 years
But
to equal 12
we're
million?
comparing
Over
and contrasting,
7,000
right?
people
We're
a
comparing.
day.
You
Wait a
actually
minute.
have the wrong numbers.
No, I
but
don't.
Yeah,
It's over
You're counting
7,000.
border encounters. The number of people who actually stay in
Okay,
the country is
let's cut it
a
in
million,
two.
2
Let's cut
million.
it in two. Oh, that's bullshit.
It's not.
Well,
You're counting border encounters, but guess what? They kept turning people around and deporting them.
12. Who
They
did?
did.
Who did?
The Biden administration.
What do you mean the Biden? You mean
The
you mean
Border Patrol.
right?
Yeah, under the Biden
Border
administration.
Patrol
Yeah,
was
under the
told to do
Biden
what by who?
administration.
They were
They
turning
were
a lot of
told to
people around.
deport people by the fucking Biden administration. This is what pisses me off, dude. Okay. Gotta slow down. Yeah, they will look at border encounters. They just don't know how to read numbers. Well, maybe they do, but they present them in a very misleading way. And especially the border bill, I think it was a few years ago, it was during Biden's administration. They were going to cap the immigrants, the legal immigrants, to 5,000 a day, which would have let in, about 1 million a year or something. And Republicans blocked it because they obviously didn't want to spend the resources on stopping people from coming into the country if it's that many people. It's and people like Dennis Prager will repeat this over and over again. It's either open border or closed border. Under the Republicans, it's a closed border, and under the Democrats, they want a wide open border. That's not how it works. It's not open or closed. There's different reasons why people are allowed in the country. Those reasons can be expanded or reduced. It's not just like the gates are open, you can come on in, or the gates are shut and nobody can come in. And I think the 5,000 a day thing is for just all immigration, like refugees and whatnot, because there is currently a limit of about 600, I think 675, 600 something thousand. That's for visas. So actual citizenship, it's only at 600 something thousand a year, which I would be open to increasing that, because the problem now is and I can understand the problem from the Republican side. I just don't think it's as big of an issue as they blow it out to be. So like there's a cap for 5,000 a day, and the H-1B visas are at 675,000 a year. So that means that there's still going to be a few 100,000 people that are just refugee seekers that are either undocumented immigrants or are turned down at the border for whatever reason, or just, you know, floating around because of the limit on the visas. And so I think the issue is just having these undocumented people in the country, because it's, you know, it's kind of hard to charge them with crimes, and it's hard to extract taxes and stuff, but at the same time, they don't receive benefits that citizens do. So it's just one of those things that varies from person to person, you know. I don't think most people, you ask 10 people, I don't think 7 of them are going to say, I'm coming here to sell drugs and to not pay taxes and to just live off the fat of the land without having to, you know, be a citizen. I don't think that's the case. And furthermore, I'd be willing to bet a lot of money on this, actually, that the people coming into the country to sell drugs are doing it legally. I mean, like, you know, the cartel has enough money to pretty much be on their own, cellular network. Yeah, I'm sure they can pay somebody off. They can, you know, forge documents. They can bribe people. You know, it's just, I don't think that some dirt poor, you know, family trying to move here looking for a better life is just going to immediately start selling drugs. I just don't think that that's what's the most of what's happening. But, you know, then again, there always are cases. You always have to say it does happen, just not mostly. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Yeah, Luke handled this very well on here on Jubilee. I wouldn't have been able to. I don't think I can handle going on Jubilee. I would never be able to. I applied, I think, once or twice, but one of them they wanted me to come, but I didn't want to go fly to fucking LA, dude. That's so far away. It's like, I live in Northern California. It's like 13 hours away, but yeah. Overall, I think yeah, just the issue in our politics right now is most of the people in the Republican Party are extremely narcissistic, and they have been they are uneducated and narcissistic, and have been fed things that invoke certain emotions out of them that they just have to hold on to, because it would be like world view altering if they were to ever discover that it was wrong. I think it would have to take Trump going out there and just admitting fully that he is a liar. I am a liar. You know, basically calling himself a piece of shit. That then some of these people might start questioning their decisions. But yeah, I don't think insulting people is an effective way. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's a problem with insulting people that are stupid, but I don't think it's an effective way to get your point across. And yeah, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about specifically. I really have no idea what to do for videos on this channel, just besides like reacting to political things and talking about what's currently happening. But yeah, next time like a Senate hearing comes up with fucking RFK or something, Kash Patel, or even Trump, who knows, I'll probably be covering it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.